Good morning. The controlled opposition liar who I'd like to talk about today is the guy that calls himself Richie from Boston. He has over 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. And every video he does is about fear. It's obvious that he's a government agent who's trying to give you fear and make you afraid of the government. Now, it's possible that he could truly be as stupid as he acts. It's possible. But with so many videos out there promoting fear, that's highly unlikely. Government agents who go on YouTube and lie to as many people as possible by promoting fear, instead of promoting the fact that we, the people, are the highest authority in this country, and that we can unite and fire our whole goddamn government. Serve the government. They have to be government employees to feign that stupidity. With all the talking that he does, and with all the fear videos that he puts out, he probably can't be as stupid as he acts. Anyone with the slightest bit of intelligence who sees the problems in this country can also think about how to solve those problems. Now, you have to look back to the American Revolution, 1776. What did we do when Americans had enough crap from the King of England and the bankers who owned the British Crown and the Bar Association? We shot them. We didn't talk to each other about being afraid of them. We shot the bastards. Should we go and shoot our government today? Well, it's highly unlikely that we could do that, because our government has millions of people working for them who have guns and much better weapons than we have. They have tanks, planes, weapons that we probably don't even know about, and they'd destroy us if we tried to shoot them. So we have to take down our 100% corrupt government by talking about it, by swaying public opinion, so that everyone in the country understands that 300 million of us, united against a few million government employees who will do what their bosses tell them to get their paychecks, can beat the few 100,000 lawyers and bribe-lying scumbag politicians who infest our government to keep us enslaved to the owners of the Federal Reserve. 300 million of us can easily destroy them when we unite and talk about it. So that's why the government hires these people like Richie from Boston to go out and promote fear instead of talking about overthrowing our 100% corrupt government. Richie from Boston doesn't talk about that. He doesn't tell you that 300 million of us can fire a few million of them and take our freedom back. A freedom that was stolen from us in 1913 when Congress took bribes along with the bankers, agents who already infested Congress, and created the Federal Reserve so they could put us all in debt with their counterfeit money, rob everyone in the country, and keep us working as slaves to the bankers. Richie from Boston also doesn't talk about the tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of lawyers who work as agents in our government to destroy our freedom from us. He could be so stupid that he doesn't know that lawyers are enemies of humanity. He may never have read the protocols of the learned elders of Zion to fully understand the rules that our government follows. It's possible that he's that stupid, but unlikely. Anyone who wants to know how our government operates reads the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, and you see the rules that they follow. All intelligent people read the protocols. I don't see Richie from Boston talking about the protocols because no government agent would talk about them except to call you an anti-Semite for bringing them up, because that's the hoax. You must be an anti-Semite if you talk about the protocols, because they make Jewish people look bad. Well, that's the way the Rothschild family wrote them. The Rothschilds and their bankster pals wrote the protocols to use Jews as scapegoats, to blame the Jews for all the crimes that the banksters were committing against humanity and their lawyer agents. I don't see Richie from Boston telling anyone this. He just says, be afraid of all these things. A different thing every day, sometimes twice a day. Just keeps giving out fear. Doesn't give out any intelligent thought about how to stop our 100% corrupt scumbag government. That's what all of the liars on YouTube do. They give you fear, and they never talk about firing our elected enemies. Will you talk about that? If you watch these people like Richie from Boston, will you stop watching them and talk to your friends about firing our government? Talk about the fact that we are the highest authority in this country and that our government has to obey us, or we unite to give them that order. That's what it's all about. That's what public opinion is. What are Americans talking about? Are we talking about the wall? Are we talking about Democrats versus Republicans? Are we talking about abortion? Free condoms for poor women? What other nonsense does our government want us to talk about? I guess we could talk about Afghanistan and Syria and the wars that are going on. What else is there? I don't know, because I really don't pay a lot of attention to what the government says, because I know every word they say is a lie. Do you know that? Every word our government says is dishonest. It's because of what they won't say. They won't talk about the Federal Reserve lawyers in our government, the fact that TV stole our freedom of speech. They won't talk about mercury in vaccines destroying our brains, or fluoride in our water destroying our brains, or the chemtrails that we see almost every day up in the sky, and who knows what the hell they're doing to us. That's what public opinion is. Talk about those things. Democrats, Republicans will never talk about it and talk about overthrowing the government. Or since we, the people, are the authorities, we can't overthrow ourselves because we're the ones supposed to be in charge of this country. But we can fire our elected and public servants. So that's what we have to do. Fire the whole damn government. That's what you have to talk about. Thanks for watching, and stop watching liars like Richie from Boston.